So I'm joined today by NJ, my brother, who is the video editor for CryptoPedia. I've been trying to get him onto the platform for a while. And all it did was bring up some questions.
Technically, I am on the platform. I do have a Deso profile for my podcast, but I don't really use it very much. And I must say, recording the videos or editing the videos that you guys record for CryptoPedia, I'm coming up with a lot of things that I go, what the hell is that? So, yeah, that's pretty much why I came up with this idea. I said, maybe we need to do a Deso 101 type of thing. So,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
So you've made some notes for us.
Yes. Okay. I think let's go right back to the beginning because this is on YouTube, so a lot of people maybe aren't on Deso. That they may come across the videos in by chance.
By hashtags.
Yeah. So I think let's go right back to the beginning, and maybe you can explain to me what is the difference between Deso and BitClout.
Okay. So right in the very beginning, there was a platform called BitClout.
Okay.
All right. It is a social media that sits on a blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it allows it to have a native currency,
Mm-hmm.
which at the time was BitClout. Then when Diamond Hands came out and told the whole world that he was native, it was moved over to Deso. Okay, so Deso stands for Decentralized Social Media.
Okay.
And the currency then should change names to be Deso.
All right.
But BitClout is sort of the social media original web address.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that's exactly.
Okay, no, that's cool. One thing I've also come across in the videos is you guys speak about diamonds. Now, I'm not entirely sure what they are. I know you can give diamonds and it costs a little bit of money, but explain how they actually work.
Okay. So I hadn't even been on the platform very long, and it was then introduced.
Okay.
So diamonding is very much like your like or your comment kind of thing. So, but you're going to give a tip. This is why it's very much a fantastic way in which to have a creator economy, because your content can receive tips. All right. 1 diamond is like 0.1. It's 1 cent, and then you go all the way up. You can give a 6 diamond, which this is linked to the Deso price. Then you will then give. It's about $600-700.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about that. The Deso price.
Mm-hmm.
That's linked to US dollars. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So and it fluctuates.
All right. Because it is a cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
You can invest and purchase, and obviously the more demand there is, the more value there will be.
Okay. All right. So I can put in dollars into my account, and then it's converted to Deso. So I can put in, say, $10, for instance, and it'll be X. Can I tip in dollars, or do I have to? Is it only in this Deso currency?
All right. So it is linked to the Deso price, but it is in dollars that you receive the tip, and it comes out of your wallet.
Okay.
So previously, when it first was introduced, it would be a portion of somebody's coin. So I would give you a fraction of my coin as a tip. Then they changed it that it would be given in what was in your wallet. So it comes out of what's in your wallet.
Okay.
And you give it to them there. And
all right. Okay. Something else that's come up. Is it ICO? I think it is.
Yes. So it's initial coin offering.
Okay.
All right. So when you want to launch a project or an NFT, you have an ICO, which is almost like a pre-sale. All right. So you say, this is what we're going to be doing the offering, and if you'd like to buy in before we open the coin to public sale, you would then send the money to them, and they will then send you the coin back. Just like we did with the Creator Initiative.
I remember we did that. Yes.
So
I do remember. I do remember that happened. Okay. So, what else was there? Oh, yes. The nodes. Explain nodes to me.
All right. So because BitClout or Deso is open source, all right, it allows you to build on the blockchain yourself. So you could basically create a node in which you can personalize it. You have the not show average node, and that has, instead of diamonds raining from the sky, when you give someone a diamond, it nachos rain from the sky. So, you know, it really allows a node operator to really customize it. You get the Supernovas node, which is very NFT geared. You can actually transfer and accept transfer of an NFT that's sent to you from the Supernova node.
Oh, yeah. That is actually a pretty good segue into NFTs. Explain.
Okay.
How do NFTs work? What happens with I know every now and again you'll post one of your artworks, and then I'll go and I'll climb on and I'll go, okay, bid. Now that whole bidding thing, can you choose who buys your NFTs, or is a bid basically just like a purchase?
Well, actually, you can.
Okay.
So you can have a bidding war. All right, so let's start actually from the beginning. An NFT. An NFT is a non-fungible token, all right, or a digital asset.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing about what is happening in the NFT space is, before it was an artwork. I'd buy an art and let it be there. But it is really starting to be used in a variety of different use cases, where you have NFTs that are almost a service. So you can have tickets to a conference, online conference.
Okay.
And then people would then bid on that. Then you can set it as a fixed price. Okay. But if you bid on a number, somebody else can bid on it too, and the seller then can decide who gets that based on either the highest or the first bid or whatever that there. There's also a lot of like collectible NFTs. So you have ones where it's like an avatar, and then you get little things that are accessories that go with it. There's some really amazing projects. I personally kind of was around at the beginning of the Octoposse.
The what?
Octoposse.
Okay.
Which basically you'd mint an NFT, and it has all sorts of rarities, which then makes it a specific amount of rarities. And then you buy a male and a female, and then you merge them or mate them, and then you would get all the rarities from those ones in their baby, and then you've got to take it. So, like, there's a whole lot of really fun things that are happening there. You could link in as an attachment that entitled the purchaser to, say, a dinner with you.
Okay.
So
it's pretty much
very versatile.
Whatever the hell you want.
Absolutely.
You mentioned
minting
an NFT. Explain minting to me. What's that all about?
All right. So minting is the process that then turns it into an NFT, because until then it's just an image saved in the blockchain.
Okay.
So now you've actually minted like you would a coin. So now it's there, and somebody could then purchase that.
Okay.
And
So
it's almost like a license agreement between you and me.
Okay.
Or a contract, smart contract kind of vibes. So I turn it into that, and the purchase is there. So I'm actually passing the value on to you.
Okay. Let's wrap up, because I can see that we're going to have quite a few of these. But let's wrap up with, explain the feeds to me. I know that there are 3 different feeds.
Well, there's many different feeds. There's a global feed.
Yes.
The hot feed is available on the Diamond app, and then there's a following feed. So the
Okay.
global feed is either fed by algorithm or by people, depending on how the node runs. But it could be running an algorithm that looks for specific words and images and things like that, and then it would then feed it into the global feed. All right, and that means everybody can see it. Okay. So not just your followers, but anybody can see it. It's a great way. If you are making global feed, you are going to be picking up a lot of followers because people get to see your content.
Okay.
Hot feeds or following feeds, that's just the people who you're following.
All right.
And then the hot feed is on the Diamond app. It's like their algorithmed following feed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a lot to take in. So let's pick this up again a little later, probably, because I still have a whole list of things I need to ask you about. But yeah, right.
Well, thank you so much for asking the questions instead of sitting quiet. I think that's an important thing.
Yeah, hiding in the background. But yeah,
all right.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, we'll chat soon.